A few weeks ago, the Queen and I were delighted to make a state visit to the Vatican,
As the
where we...
world settles into the quiet warmth of Christmas afternoon, a heavy silence hangs over the stone corridors of Westminster Abbey, a silence that feels more like a bated breath. In a year defined by whispered medical updates, sharp headlines, and family fissures that seem to deepen with every passing month, King Charles III has stepped away from the gilded safety of Buckingham Palace to deliver a message that many believe carries a hidden weight. Welcome to Royal Report 24/7, where today we are diving into the shadows and the subtext of the King's 2025 Christmas broadcast. Before we uncover the cryptic signals insiders claim were sent to Montecito and the subtle ways Catherine, the Princess of Wales, influenced this historic moment, make sure you are part of our inner circle. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and give this video a like to ensure you never miss a beat of the royal narrative. Your support is the heartbeat of this channel, and sharing this video helps us bring these stories to light for royal watchers everywhere. The setting itself was the first sign that this was no ordinary address. Eschewing the traditional desk and family photos of the palace, the king chose the Lady Chapel at Westminster Abbey. To the casual observer, it is a stunning piece of architecture. To royal insiders, however, it is a fortress of symbolism. This is the spiritual heart of the monarchy, the final resting place of 15 kings and queens, and the very place where the Prince and Princess of Wales said their I dos over a decade ago. Reports suggest that by choosing this sacred space, Charles was not just honoring the pilgrimage theme of his speech, but anchoring his reign in the ancient, immovable roots of the crown at a time when his personal life and health have felt increasingly fragile. Claims have been swirling for weeks that the king's health, a topic he conspicuously avoided in the official broadcast, was the silent guest at every filming session. While the palace has maintained a stoic front, sources close to the household suggest the 77-year-old monarch is acutely aware of the ticking clock. There is a sense, as one insider put it, of a finality in the way he is approaching his duties this year. By focusing the speech on digital detox and the need to quiet the mind, some analysts believe the king was actually reflecting on his own internal battle, a man undergoing cancer treatment who is searching for his own still point in a turning world. But beyond the spiritual reflections, there is the matter of the family rift that continues to haunt the House of Windsor. While the king spoke eloquently of reconciliation and forgiveness, he did not mention names. Yet, the absence of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from the Sandringham festivities loomed large. Speculation has reached a fever pitch following reports that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex received a warm invitation to spend holidays at Althorpe with the Spencer family, rather than with the royals. Insiders claim that the king's mention of peace through forgiveness was a deliberate, if veiled, olive branch extended across the Atlantic. However, others suggest the subtext was far more complex. The reconciliation Charles spoke of was framed within the context of community and faith, a universal value. To some royal commentators, this was a subtle way of depersonalizing the drama. By placing reconciliation on a global stage, the king effectively moved the goalposts. It wasn't about a father and a son, but about a sovereign and a standard of behavior that some feel the Sussexes have failed to meet. The tension isn't just coming from California, though. Within the palace walls, a new power dynamic is reportedly taking shape. Sources suggest that Prince William and Catherine have been instrumental in the slimming down of the monarchy's public image this year. While the king's speech emphasized unity, the reality behind the scenes is said to be one of strict boundaries. Rumors of a private summit at Balmoral earlier this year suggest that William is pushing for a future where the last traces of royal privilege for Harry and Meghan are phased out entirely. If these reports are true, the king's Christmas message serves as a bridge between two worlds: his own desire for family peace and his heir's demand for institutional protection. This duality was perhaps best captured in the king's tribute to the wartime generation. By invoking the 80th anniversary of VE Day and VJ Day, Charles wasn't just being patriotic. Insiders believe he was reminding his family, and the public that personal grievances are secondary to the survival of the collective. The courage and sacrifice he praised was a pointed contrast to the modern culture of speaking one's truth that has so rattled the monarchy in recent years. Then there is the Catherine factor. Throughout the broadcast, the footage interspersed with the king's words often focused on the Princess of Wales's work and her recent carol concert. After a year of immense personal challenge for her, Catherine has emerged as the monarchy's most potent symbol of resilience. Claims suggest that the king specifically requested her presence be felt in the broadcast, viewing her as the personification of the hope and kindness he was preaching. In many ways, Catherine has become the silent co-author of the royal family's public narrative, a steady hand while the king navigates his health and William prepares for his future. As we look at the footage of the king walking to St. Mary Magdalene Church earlier today, flanked by a united front of working royals, the image of his smaller, tighter unit is undeniable. The absence of Prince Andrew and the Sussexes is no longer a temporary arrangement. It feels like the new law of the land. Reports indicate that even the king's decision to include Ukrainian choir was a strategic move, a way to project a global Britain and a monarchy that is outward-looking, even as its internal structure is under reconstruction. Yet, despite the polished delivery and the grand setting, there is a haunting quality to this year's message. The king's plea for people to step away from screens and allow our souls to renew feels deeply personal for a man whose every move is dissected by the digital world he's criticizing. Is the king asking the public for a digital detox? Or is he asking for a reprieve from the constant scrutiny that has defined his reign so far? As the sun sets on another Christmas day, the echoes of the king's voice remain in the rafters of the abbey. He spoke of journeys, of pilgrimages, and of learning from the past. But as the Royal Report 24/7 community knows, the real story is often found in the things left unsaid. Was this the message of a king who has found peace, or a monarch who is desperately trying to build a bridge before it's too late? The shadows in the Lady Chapel may hide the answers for now, but the shifting tides of the Windsor family never stay still for long. As we move into 2026, the question remains, will the compassion and reconciliation Charles spoke of ever reach the people who need it most within his own bloodline? Or was this speech the final, elegant closing of a door? We want to hear your thoughts on this historic broadcast. Did you see the king's words as a genuine reach for peace or a firm boundary set in stone? Let us know in the comments below. We read every single one. And if you found this deep dive into the 2025 Christmas message insightful, please show your support for the channel. Subscribe to Royal Report 24/7, like this video, and share it with those who follow the crown as closely as we do. It's your engagement that allows us to keep digging deeper into the stories that define the monarchy. Until next time, keep a close watch on the horizon. The royal story is only just beginning.